This video is intended to describe a lightblade talisman named Abundance, which would be the 11th rendition in short succession, with even number 8 seen right there holding space for this in-depth crystalline tour. It's a rather opulent royal edition, I would dare say, based on certain compositions of great exquisite nature, which I will describe intermittently through the video. But I will start off with the primary blade band, hence the name of designation of Abundance represented seen first things first. Right here is clear quartz, which serves as a neutral amplification of the entire primary blade band of the Abundance ratio, with emerald, the quintessential green ray heart chakra stimulant of abundance of great antiquity and notoriety, as well as magic belief that makes it a true precious stone that almost all humans have heard of for this purpose. Going into golden healer quartz to make a fantastic higher heart gold white light source emanation connection resonant frequency. Going into peridot. Peridot is a lovely third and fourth chakra stimulant of earth energy that can be essentially classified as the energy of chlorophyll encapsulated right here on this little green nugget of positivity. With clear quartz, once again, to neutrally amplify the energy, into emerald, then into golden rutilated quartz to further intensify the ratio. With peridot, clear quartz, emerald, golden healer quartz, peridot, clear quartz, emerald, rutilated quartz, and so on, completing the primary blade band circuit. So obviously the aspect of that primary focus makes a very dramatic expansion, stimulation of the heart and high heart into its source divine connection factory blueprint, basically. So in that aspect, it makes a very, very powerful dynamic range of the abundance spectrum seen right here as just the primary blade band scaffolding, not to mention all the crystalline goodies seen throughout the entire matrix on both sides, which generate vibrational compound interest, much like organs in a sentient entity seen before us, right here. So that'd be just the primary blade band. So I'll go ahead and get into the lateral bands of the transmutation ratio, seen right here. This would be a combination of hematite to ground all excess energy through the root into the earth stars, into the earth for reprocessing. Smoky quartz to, once again, ground all the excess energy through the root into the earth stars, into the earth for reprocessing. Then into peridot to stimulate and strengthen the solar plexus and be very effective for directing high frequency current into tangible range. So that'd be an exotic rendition of the transmutation ratio. Then, with the classic transmutation ratio of strictly hematite and smoky quartz running up the sides to this lateral band of the same nature of smoky quartz, hematite, smoky quartz, and pyrite. Then, going into this lateral band right here, so this transmutation ratio sequence, of course, will take the excess energy running through the circuitry, then run it through here to perpetually purify and ground the excess energy, and also work as a great contingency to, of course, ground the energy into the tangible range of the earth to, of course, make the magic real. Then this apex band of rather precious opulent status is starting off with ruby, the quintessential root chakra stimulant precious stone of antiquity. Clear quartz into blue sapphire, another stone of precious notoriety for the 5th and 6th chakra wind elemental stimulation. So of course it has a very lovely balanced royal octave as a apex band seen right here, where eventually this will be where the necklace is installed. So running like so, running through these lateral bands up the scaffolding right here is the basic blade band structuring of the whole entire light blade talisman that vaguely resembles a figure 8 for perpetual uninterrupted energy momentum to, of course, recirculate and contain this entire vibratory spectrum and run it through a channel to perpetually maintain it. So starting off with this blade face right here, at the very tip is the lovely fulgurite, which is literally lightning caught in sand, which is a very powerful full light body activator that stimulates the entire chakra column as a whole, as well as it mimics the frequencies of lightning, which of course dramatically intensifies the manifestation of the higher light body manifest in physical conscious self scaffolding, as well as it was utilized by First Nation shamans to intensify their prayers back to spirit in service to creator and service to the tribe. So the aspect of it being a very powerful manifestation accelerant is well notarized in magic use in human history. And also, not to mention, just like everything else in here, this wire up to a primary wire for a closed-loop reactive circuit, even a small dose goes a very long way for the vibrational compound interest, much like organs in the entity of this abundance seen before us, to intensify the entire closed-loop circuit. So, of course, with the primary designation of abundance, works as a great intensification of the entire emanation of the abundance spectrum. Then right here is Libyan gold tektite, a lovely stone of antiquity also, not quite as famous as other frequencies, but it was utilized by the ancient mystery schools of Egypt to be carved into scarab beetles for the breastplates of the pharaohs, the Magi God King. And has a very relevant aspect of utilization in this construct today, being a strong stimulant of the sacrum and solar plexus chakras, as well as being a lovely full storm energy alignment, illumination energy, as well as a dharmic accelerant to align one's will with their absolute divine dharmic will, and to accelerate that manifestation of one's highest timeline in connection to creation. So it's a tremendously amazing frequency, as well as it makes for a very fantastic, once again, manifestation agent, as well as a shielder of the sacrum. And that's a pretty great stone. Then moving on over here is a variety, pretty special actually, of slightly green white sapphire. So that makes a very, very fantastic range of a stimulation of the sapphiric realm, or sapphire realm, I guess, of oftentimes a 8.5 or 9 out of 10, the hardness scale, of a slight green hinge, which of course, like emerald, has a very powerful stimulation range. Then the white sapphire portion actually behaves much like diamond in the intensification of the 6th and 7th chakras of a near white ray impeccability. So, of course, like rubies, sapphires, and diamonds, and emeralds for that matter, all are oftentimes harder on the hardness scale, which gives them a more dense atomical oscillation, which means they have a very strong, vivid stimulation of whatever ray they are, of course, emanating at. Then right here is seraphinite. Seraphinite is a fantastic seraphic full light body activator that makes for a very lovely Kundalini stimulant, and also well as a full light body stimulant that actually works to dismantle any patterns of dis-ease from top to bottom in a very effective fashion. So there's a quintessential healing stone of this age that I've utilized in virtually all light tech for this background frequency purpose of having seraphic energy imbue the cellular structure. It makes for a very healthy, full-flowing light body, which is of course, the goal of a fully healthy light body is a fully healthy body in all capacities. Then right here, a rather special rendition of what is pink sapphire, or known as pale ruby, since they are exactly the same family, just oftentimes manifest in a lighter format. Pink sapphire is a very powerful pink ray stimulant, hence of course of the sapphire nature, and another stone of great opulence. And at the blade face right here, underneath all these stones mentioned thus far, is a lovely circular cut of moss green agate. Moss green agate plays a very critical role in all abundance frequency structures based on the aspect to stabilize the 4th heart chakra, unrivaled mineral kingdom. So it's one thing to have a great exaggeration of this abundance energy, but then to bring the stability of the energy into the heart is what makes it stable and tangible for the abundance ratio to actually make manifest. So that's a very essential part for all abundance structures, is the moss green agate to be the perfect antithesis to the exaggeration of that perfected abundance spectrum. At least that's the intentional design thus far. Then right here is a lovely specimen of turquoise, seen behind the pink sapphire right here. Turquoise, of course, is a fantastic 5th chakra stimulant, and a stone that is, of course, favored of millions for thousands of years for a good reason, by being a naturally very beautiful stone, as well as being a great stone of wholeness and truth based on the 5th chakra stimulation of earth, fire, water, and wind in that 5th ray focus. Hence the utilization and notarization and the praise of First Nation tribes for turquoise was very notarized for enhancing truth of connection to creator and medicine, for that matter. As well as it can go on forever, but I'll keep it concise. But its legendary notarization and utilization by the Turks, where it's discovered, of course. Mongolians would even use it in their bridles to use it as a talisman, not to fall off their horse in war. It goes on. It's one of those amazing stones of antiquity that never go out of style. Then seen right here, actually I got a little sunlight right here, might as well capitalize on that, is a rather exotic lateral band seen right here that starts off with faceted clear quartz and authentic diamond seen right there. Diamond, of course, is a true precious stone of antiquity notarization, as well as stone of royalty, and a great 10 out of 10 hardness intensification of the energy, which has been denoted to having magical connotations of invincibility. So, of course, doesn't need much more introduction, but a true precious stone nonetheless. Going into faceted clear quartz into green jade. Green jade, another classic stone of abundance and well believed in construct of magic in the Orient of impeccable earth energy, heart chakra stimulation of true abundance. Then on this part of the lateral band as well is actually moldavite chipstone beads, which moldavite does not need much introduction as a tremendous green ray dharmic accelerant, and it's there. Into clear faceted quartz, into diamond, clear faceted quartz, and jade, and so on until the circuit completes itself underneath this primary blade band, the very apex of the blade face, which gives it a truly tremendous, intensive, vibrant abundance of royal spectrum nature. And so this side of the blade face, right here, starts off with sunstone. Sunstone's a great stimulant of the sacrum and solar plexus chakras, as well as being a truly beneficent, sunny, fun energy that's very good for transmitting any kind of judgments into joys, extreme positivity. So it could be considered the yang polarity of the receptive intake, yin, of the abundant heart chakra, is to have that exuberant energy from the projection match that, like I mentioned, like it's kind of like the extreme cornucopia of blessing of the sacrum and solar plexus of a very sunny, fun, energizing frequency that works as a perfect antithesis to the reception of the intake of the abundance ratio. So, that's also well notarized stone of true abundance as well, and blessings to all endeavors, which is very assisting to the abundance initiative. And also, of course, sunstone in conjunction with all these other frequencies is found in virtually every abundance construct thus far in this rendition litter to be that perfect positive yang output to the receptive yin of the green ray intake. Then right here is the lovely infinitite. Infinitite is a very special variety of serpentine that has become unfortunately rather rare these days, but luckily I have my sources by divine providence to be of tremendous seraphic serpentine stimulant of kundalini energy through the entire light body, and also it really specializes in decrystallizing patterns at the root chakra. That would be the aspects of abundance interference, so to speak, as well as the entire chakra column gets lovely stimulations of this soothing white light fiery emanation of purification and decrystallization, which works in tandem with many other things that's found in this construct, obviously. Try to get back in the sunlight to capitalize on its refraction of light. Okay, so underneath the infinitite are very special pieces of green tourmaline that have been faceted to lovely cuts. So green tourmaline, just like emerald, is one of those pristine, perfected heart chakra stimulants that, of course, work lovely in tandem in the vibrational compound interest with the primary blade band of emerald. So there's the green tourmalines seen on both sides of the infinitite. Then right here is a very special ruby and zoisite specimen. Ruby, like mentioned up here, is the quintessential red ray root chakra stimulant. Green zoisite is a fantastic heart-mind coherence engager. So in the trifecta of ruby being the strong scaffolding foundation with the heart-mind coherence of ruby and zoisite working in tandem makes for a true dynamic heart-mind coherence tangibilization intensification to one's truest self. So a little dose goes a very long way. Then once again into the extremely royal spectrum opulent lateral band. Then right here is the lovely legendary Percelli bluestone. That's exactly the stone utilized to craft Stonehenge. So when you break it down academically, 400 miles away from where Stonehenge is where this stone was quarried, and a time, according to history, where it's very rough terrain and multi-ton blocks were moved there for a very good reason because of its piezoelectric nature being a very powerful dimensional gateway. So that little piece of Stonehenge right here goes a very long way to have that natural Merlinic energy magic emanation in this pretty complex opulent structure. So, like I mentioned, there's probably a pretty darn good magical reason why this stone was utilized to make Stonehenge, and here it is. I will not digress any further on the subject, but it's just kind of funny to say out loud. Okay. So, this section is where the hood will eventually be installed, which will be of this lovely green leather cut to appropriate sizing. Seen much like this, it will obviously look far more aesthetically pleasing than that, but at least gives a good example. So the leather insulation will serve many purposes, in the aspect of course, insulating the excess energy as the energy runs through its circuitry to condense the focus through the blade bands. Also, to B, protect all the subtle stones seen terminated like so, and also C, being a lovely green ray focused color emanation which honors the primary blade band designation. Hence all the bond structures so far have had green leather installed in some variation. As well as D, it works as an aesthetic completion to really make it look like a finished construct, which of course is not my highest priorities, but it's definitely one of those features. Alrighty. Thank goodness the sun came out. Makes the video much easier to, of course, showcase all the crystals for the descriptive purposes. So the next section I'll discuss in one shot of the jaspers and agates working together for this engine section. Starting off with the quintessential root chakra stabilizer, red jasper. Red jasper makes a fantastic stabilization of the red ray root chakra, which is very advantageous to have a nice stable scaffolding. Then this right here would be fire agate. Fire agate makes a lovely stabilization to the root, sacrum, and solar plexus chakras of the fire energy elemental range. Then the moss green agate has already been seen down here on the blade face in great prominence to be the water energy stabilizer reception of the heart chakra. Then right here would be blue lace agate to stabilize the fifth chakra, water elemental spectrum as well. Then right here would be grape agate to stabilize the wind, 6th and 7th. So by combining the jasper and agate combinations seen like so as passive subroutines for the energy, therefore it brings in the mineral kingdom the most stable emanations of the terrestrial four elements into focus and spectrum of earth, fire, water, and wind, which gives a very advantageous, stable, equalized platform of the four elements of the medicine wheel, basically, which brings perpetual balance. Then, right here is Mount Shasta Serpentine, literally from my riverbed right here at the tip of my pen, which makes for a fantastic serpentine stimulant Kundalini activator. Also, of course, a Mount Shasta local variety. Then seen right here is Star Argonite. Star Argonite is a tremendous calcium-based full light body stimulant that works very quickly like Seraphinite, as well as Infinitite for that matter, to dismantle any patterns of dis-ease that are not of the highest dharmic blueprint from bottom to top. Anything in between in a very rapid, graceful, grace-filled way, I guess you'd say. And this right here is lepidolite. Lepidolite is a fantastic lithium-based purple ray frequency that brings extreme soothing to the mind, which is, of course, very conducive to the state of abundance, not to worry about things. And it's a fantastic soother of the entire energy body as a whole. Then, over here is, let's see, is that the guy I'm looking for? Okay, here he is. This right here is black tektite. Black tektite is a product of oftentimes nuclear meteorite impacting the sand, carrying the extraterrestrial jolt into creation, which makes for a very fantastic higher vibratory raising frequency platform from the Earth all the way up through the entire chakra column, which makes for a great scaffolding of an expanded, illuminated light body activation from top to bottom. And luckily it's a black ray stone, so it has a very strong grounded up vibratory rays. Then over here, is black shungite. Shungite is quite the stone in vogue these days for being a tremendous stone of notoriety due to its fame to mitigate EMF harmful unnatural 5G waves found in our reality as current timeline of 2020s, to mitigate and transmute, just like the transmutation ratio, any harmful waves by purifying it through the system, grounding to Mother Earth for two-way reprocessing. Then right here is amber, not technically a crystal mineral, but still very well utilized as a metaphysical emanation frequency. Amber is a fantastic prehistorical resin that works for a very powerful purification of negativity into positivity, just like all the other transmutation agents seen so far, but in a more sunny solar plexus transmutation format, as well as being a tremendous stone of abundance in its own right for that purpose as well. Then right here is Tibetan black quartz. Tibetan black quartz is another fantastic master healer, full chakra stimulant of this age that can be utilized to be a tremendous grounder of excess energy, as well as a tremendous stimulator of the higher energies, which makes a very lovely two-way torus connection point with Tibetan Om frequency as a tremendous alignment to creation as well, which inherently brings a lot of purification through impeccable alignment to the source emanations of creation. Okay, so I believe that would be the entire engine section, or the hood installation section, complete notarized. So at the very apex of the core of this device is a lovely piece of morganite. Morganite is a fantastic pink gray beryl, which means it's emerald's pink gray cousin, which means it has a very strong atomical oscillation of 8.5 out of 10 the hardness scale, which means it's one of the most powerful concentrations of the pink gray emanation in the mineral kingdom. More recently discovered, but I'm sure that if it was discovered in pre-existing royal times when these guys were, of course, were praised, I'm sure it'd be a precious stone of antiquity as well. But better late than never. So morganite works impeccably with the emerald to be the pink gray high heart stimulation of the abundance of love, which makes for a lovely, lovely complementary frequency stimulation and a place of great prominence seen right there. And also, the core of this entire device actually is Sedona juniper from my favorite vortice between Bell Rock and Courthouse Mesa. So the entire wooden core of this emanation is of the Sedona red ray bandwidth. Then, last but not least, from all this, is 2 pieces of selenite adhered to the core to serve as a tremendous natural clearing energy by its own right, as well as a lovely 6th, 7th, 8th non-physical chakra all the way back to the Godhead, higher self two-way process with the conscious self, as well as it being a fantastic clear of negativity or stagnant energies from the entire auric field by itself. But where it truly shines when this nearly 20-something minutes of discussing these different frequencies is taking the aspect of purifying all these frequencies, then harmonizing all these frequencies, then amplifying all these frequencies, makes for the grounds of a truly triumphant trinity, trifecta of an effective lightblade spirit tool. So like I mentioned, it takes everything mentioned thus far in this whole conducting circuit, purifies, amplifies, and harmonizes the entire output. And for this rendition, the exclusive use of black kyanite was very intentional. So other devices oftentimes can have the incorporation of orange, blue, black, and green kyanite, but this one has strictly black kyanite to intentionally have all the excess energy rapidly bridged through the earth stars, through the root, into the earth for reprocessing, to most importantly take this entire opulence spectrum and direct the excess frequency into the earth for the full tangibility range is the premier focus of exclusively using black kyanite. Because the aspects of utilizing other kyanites seen right here, of course, can make the transference of the entire output of this device transfer more top-heavy situations, such as blue kyanite being a strong third eye stimulant, green kyanite being a strong heart chakra stimulant, and orange kyanite being a very powerful sacrum stimulant to the highest configurations. That would, of course, bring the diffusing range of the entire vibratory output to a very high octave through the entire system. Yet the black kyanite works to take all this aspects of energy, once again, and directs rapidly in real time all the excess energy through the root into the Earth stars, into the Earth meridian matrix reprocessing for very quick rounding succession to, of course, primarily focus on the direct tangibilization of this excess energy. Well, that's a mouthful. Well, that would be the conclusion of the rather opulent royal rendition of the Abundance Talisman platform. And like I mentioned, the 11th rendition in close succession. And that would basically be it. Well, 1,000 blessings to everyone watching this. May you have an abundant day, and may the force be with us all.